What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What is poppin'? Bro. No, I don't want it right there. Yeah. There we go. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? So I don't know if you guys are seeing the title right now, but we got two news stories on the day, two big news stories. First things first. Isaac Dulgarian cut from the UFC following his loss last night. I mean, where he was accused of fixing the fight. We'll discuss this a little bit more. You know, odds swayed about 30 minutes before the fight. About they went from what? Let me see here. I got it written down. Odds went from minus 270 to minus 150 in about a 30-minute time span before Dulgarian and Delval walked out. You know, they're saying maybe an injury was leaked, the fix was in. It's now been revealed that Isaac Dulgarian has been linked to James Krause. In connection with Krause is crazy work when accused of fight fixing. And since we're discussing it, I might as well kind of just give you the rundown of the backstory before we talk about Isaac getting cut. But there's a report that came out, and it goes, nothing confirmed, obviously, but I'm hearing that there's something going on with Dulgarian versus Delval. Not sure if concerns are about a fix or injury. Friend who works at Hard Rock says that they got five very large bets from different people on Delval round one. Activity was flagged in their system, and apparently there is lots of buzz about it there right now. Apparently also the sports books closed. I think before the previous fight was even concluded, betting lines closed on this fight. So you couldn't bet on this fight, you know, for a hot minute before it even started. Now, obviously, Dulgarian went on to get submitted in the first round by rear naked choke. I mean, I was sold. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I was fucking sold. In real time, I gave the man credit. I was like, he's a stubborn mule, didn't want to tap. Like, he fought that shit really tough. Then I hop off stream, I get online a little bit, and this dude is fucking getting accused left and right of fight fixing. And I'm just like, bro, what the hell is going on here? So I actually gave Isaac Dulgarian credit. I did a post recap on the event, and I couldn't even post it because, like, I was so unaware of what Isaac was up to. You know, he sold me. He fooled me. I'll tell you guys that much. Also, Delval went from a plus 850 and he got bet down to all the way to a plus 500. So we're talking 350, you know, points here in about 30 minutes. That's insane. Soda Pop, what up? Soda Pop goes, Onama is linked with Krause too, by the way. Guy didn't even try against Garcia. Bro, what's going on, Soda Pop? Is there fight fixing in the UFC? You know, all week last week, right? Multiple times I called it out. I was like, yo, you know, investigate Dan Miragliotta, right? But now I wake up this morning and I'm scrolling Twitter and I'm hearing it's not Dan Miragliotta. It's Jason Herzog being investigated. Okay? Fight fixing is very prominent in the UFC apparently, and I called it, boys. I fucking called it. The refs, the system is too too favored towards the refs for nobody to try to come in and corrupt those motherfuckers. The refs don't get paid enough money. They have all the power to sway fights. Who wouldn't? You know what I'm saying? Who wouldn't go after these referees? If I had bread, bro, I would be going after these referees if I was some type of criminal. Fight fixing, you say? That right there is why I wouldn't continue fighting after an eye poke. You have no idea what these people are really up to. Exactly, Tom Barry. And Tom Barry, if I was actually saying investigate Dan Miragliotta because he's stopping fights before knockouts occur. So did somebody have a bet on the over, per se? Right? And he stopped it beforehand because Dan Miragliotta claims he can't hear. What a convenient excuse, right? To mess up and fumble opportunities in fights, right? And nobody's going to bat an eye at you because you can't hear. Get the fuck out of the octagon then. And then Dan Miragliotta goes on. That same night, right? And forces Kevin Holland to fight. Also lies to Kevin Holland and tells him he would be DQ'd if he can't continue. Sound like fucking somebody had money on that fight and Dan Miragliotta didn't want it to end in a no contest? Sounds like it. Sounds like the bet wouldn't have cashed if the fight ended in a no contest. Sounds like Dan Miragliotta could have been getting some bread on the back end. Or maybe he already got bread on the front end. And he had to deliver a result. So I'm saying that about Dan Miragliotta. Now Jason Herzog being investigated? Still investigate Dan Miragliotta's ass. Account is followed by John Anik, so I think it's a real account. Soda Pop, you're talking about the one who's accusing Jason Herzog? I've been in contact with him. I was going to get him on stream tonight, but he's on Eastern time. So we were just automatically fucked because you boys know I was coming on late. I'm actually going to get him on tomorrow. We've been in contact. I'll pull up his Twitter in a minute. Tom Barry, what did I fucking say? Restarting a fight after calling a TKO and reviewing footage, it's literally illegal. Dana, overlooked the eye pokes this time. Okay, Bubba. The same 5 refs for the last 30 years. Like, what the fuck? No Herzog account. Oh. Got you, Soda Pop. Soda Pop, what about Herzog's account, though? Like, do you think Herzog could be fixing fights? I thought Herzog was the gold standard, bro. Indian MMA Hub. Prop bets could certainly be an issue for the UFC, too. Like the NBA, no? Indian. I called it before this event. I've been calling it all week. I've been saying, bro, the mafia's what's the word? The mafia is connected to the NBA with sports betting, influencing results. I said the UFC needs to be investigated. The mafia could be inside the UFC. Maybe not the mafia, but somebody's exploiting it. Is he fucking blind? Herzog missed 6 eye pokes. By the way, Tonberry. So here's my thing, because I think Tonberry's speaking about last night's result where he restarted the fight after calling TKO and reviewing footage. It's illegal. Here's my thing, Tonberry. I don't care what's illegal. Here's what I wish happened. Here's what I want to see. Okay? I think it was fair that they waved off the fight for a second and then they reviewed the footage, right? If the footage was no eye poke, that would have ended up in a TKO for Delija. Make no mistake about it. All right? But the fact that it resulted in an eye poke, that is more than enough, right, precedent to allow Waldo Cortes Acosta the rest of the 5 minutes and give him the option if he wants to continue because he was clearly illegally fouled. All right, so I'm in favor of the instant replay. The only thing that I disagree with in that ruling was the fact that Delija did not get a point taken for his foul. Okay, not even a stern warning. We need a cut and dry system. We need a cut and dry system when it comes to eye pokes especially, okay, and when we're taking points here. So my only gripe with that was that Delija didn't get a point taken. Everything else I felt was handled the correct way. And that's how I wish they handled it with Neil Magny and Jake Matthews a few weeks ago. You know what I mean? review the instant replay, make an official call on whether or not the fight should resume or end. Oh, Soda Pop says Herzog going off on the guy who made a post about him. So I'll read both sides. Mr. Fowles works, so fuck it. Dana White talking about how he doesn't give a shit, I know. Down goes Frazier, Ali. Get up, you bum. The mob literally raised Joe Frazier. Mob could be in boxing, you never know. Had to have been back in the day, right? Ali was pissed, and Joe Frazier took a dive. That famous picture of him standing over Frazier, not after calling it a TKO and overlooking the eye poke. But Tonberry, I would say they didn't rule it a TKO. He paused the action. I mean, I'd have to review the tape, but they say that when the referee stepped in, he didn't wave his arms over his head. He just stepped in, you know? So if you wave the arms over the head, I guess that's when you call it a TKO. So yeah, people are claiming Dulgarian might have suffered an injury backstage before the fight. Info got leaked, right? People went ahead and placed tons of bets on Dulgarian. And, you know, that's fucking illegal, in the words of Dana White. Now, less than 24 hours later, or about 24 hours later, a little bit more actually, Ariel Helwani tweets out, Isaac Dulgarian, you know what I'm saying, was submitted last night by Isaac Dulgarian, who was submitted last night by Yadier Del Val, has been released by the UFC, sources say. He was released today. The official reason was attributed to last night's loss. However, the bout has been the center of controversy after a ton of money started to come in on Dulgarian, a sizable favorite to lose in the first, which is what happened. So that is what happened. And speaking on how Ariel's kind of pointing out how the UFC attributed last night's loss, however, the bout has been the center of controversy. The official reason was attributed to last night's loss. However, the bout has been the center of controversy after a ton of money started to come in on Dulgarian. Okay? This right here. What this screams is that the UFC has still not, right, and likely will not, speak on this fight fixing allegation. People are already coming after the UFC, and they're saying, look, man, there was time. There was time to pull the fight, you know, and you guys didn't. So are you guys compromised? Is the UFC compromised too? Right? This week when I was kind of predicting, saying the UFC there might be some fishy fight fixing going on in the UFC as far as referees and betting goes and all this stuff, I put it out there and I said I don't think the UFC would be involved. So if the UFC is involved in this shit, I would be shocked to hear that. But the fact that they didn't pull this fight, right? People are on their bumper over that. They're on their bumper over that. And I guess we can read this article in a second. But context, Ariel added, was that Dulgarian was 3-1 in the UFC heading into last night, with his lone loss being a split decision to Christian Rodriguez. I think that might have been his last fight before this one. Shout out Louie. What up, Louie? What up, Mark? I see you boys debating with Tom Berry right now. Okay, so he actually was coming off a win in the previous fight, a finish too. So yeah, come on, man. This release is fishy, right? Goes down to 3-2 in the promotion, but only one loss streak, I guess you could say. Who knows if his contract was up? Who knows if he would have been released anyway? We don't know. But I'm just saying, you might want to look twice at it. You know, UFC releasing him, big grappling prospect, and not acknowledging the fight fixing. Very interesting. They're just on the way, you know, wiping their hands clean of Dulgarian. Probably, you know, covering their tracks, whatever you want to call it. And let's look at this article though. See what they had to say on here. Isaac Dulgarian cut by the UFC following suspicious loss to Yadir Del Val at Saturday's UFC Fight Night. So it says Dulgarian came into the featherweight bout as a betting favorite, but tapped out to a rear naked choke in a fight that many onlookers deemed suspicious. The fight took place under a cloud of rumors regarding possible strange betting activity, with Dulgarian suddenly dropping from a minus 250 favorite to minus 154 just prior to the fight, according to data collected from BestFightOdds.com. The bout was apparently questionable enough that several online sportsbooks, including Caesars Sportsbook, said they would refund bets that users placed on Dulgarian to win. You see, and so the fact that these other sportsbooks took precautionary measures and the UFC, right, wasn't aware, didn't say anything about it, didn't pull the fight, you got to at least question it. You have to at least question it. And here's a tweet from Caesars Sportsbook. Mobile customers with losing bets on Dulgarian UFC fight will receive a cash credit within 24 hours for singles, or within 24 hours of the last leg being determined for parlay, super parlay, should that bet have won without that leg included. So they refunded people who lost money on Dulgarian. Interesting. Dulgarian, who was 7-1 headed into Saturday's fight at the UFC Apex, mounted little resistance against Del Val. After initial takedown attempt, his efforts to defend against the rear naked choke were thoroughly lambasted by UFC commentator and fighter Michael Chiesa after the bout, who excoriated Dulgarian on the ESPN Plus broadcast. Yeah, that was brutal. That was brutal by Chiesa. He basically, I mean, here's just a simple quote. I've got to be honest here, that was an F performance. It was absolute trash, and that is exactly what he said. Just finishing up this article. This is not the first time rumors of suspicious betting line movement have accompanied the UFC undercard bout. UFC featherweight Derek Minner was cut by the UFC in 2022 following a TKO loss to Shailene Nordin-Becky that was also accompanied by sudden late movement in the betting odds. That incident later came under investigation, with both Minner and his coach James Krause earning suspensions from the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Prior to that, South Korean fighter Tai Hyung Bang was handed a 10-month prison sentence after accepting a bribe to lose a UFC prelim bout to Leo Kuntz at an event in Seoul. In that instance, Bang was reportedly warned by UFC officials after the suspicious betting line movement was spotted. He ended up winning the fight via split decision, but was sentenced along with 3 others involved in the scheme. So, guess we will just see what comes of this. Now, the other thing that was interesting is that Dulgarian, okay, before the fight, all right, before the fight, Dulgarian is over here speaking about sports betting, and this is just in my opinion, okay, this is my opinion, he's just spewing James Krause rhetoric here. Like, this guy, you know, tell me you've been brainwashed by James Krause without telling me you've been brainwashed by James Krause, okay? This guy right here. We shall play it now. Insane, like, victim mentality, like, oh, like, come on, dude. Come on. Screams James Krause.
Don't bet on me unless you're paying me some percentage. I'm doing all the work. That's how I feel about it. You know what I mean? Like, I work my ass off every day. You know, I'm trying to support a family with this, and I think they should put some type of clause, like 3 or 5% of what you make goes to the fighter. You know, so that's how I think they should do it, because we're the ones putting our lives on the line. We're the ones, sacrificing everything, training all day long, losing the social life, all that type of stuff. So yeah, if you're betting on me, I want some of it.
This dude fucking lost the plot, bro. This dude fucking lost the plot. You can even see he's getting a little bit fired up just speaking about it. He's so, like, he thinks he's so right about that. Please, bro.
Hey, I said don't bet on me unless you're paying me some percentage. I'm doing all the work. That's how I feel about it.
I'm doing all the work. Well, brother, you did all the work in losing, and now you're cut from the UFC. You did the work for sure. You did that. Um, I want to pull up that guy. Let me pull up that guy real quick. So Harry Mack. Harry Mack is his name. Yo, what up, Jew? I just got on. I just got on recently. What up, Jew? And by the way, boys, just a little intermission while I'm pulling up this guy's name. Um, yeah, I'm in some hot water with Themba Gorimbo right now. I'm in some hot water with them, but he's really mad at me. He's really mad at me. And I'm letting him have his, I'm saying like, dude, all right, like, you know, I get where you're coming from. I'm sorry if I came off insensitive, you know? He wants me to take down the video. Maybe I will. I was going to speak about it with you guys. Should I take down the video that I posted of Themba Gorimbo, or should I leave it up? I mean, personally, I said nothing wrong, bro. I said nothing wrong. I was responding to him being like, listen, man, like, come on. Like, I apologize if I came off insensitive, blah, blah, blah. And then I went back and listened to it, and I'm like, bro, I didn't say shit. Like, I didn't say anything bad. Like, okay, I am reacting to a video of him crying. You know what I mean? But I'm just trying to. I told Themba, I'm just trying to express the concerns of the fans. Okay, I have an obligation to my audience. Okay, the boys in the chat were asking about it, and I told him that. I told him that. Now, maybe, did I have to clip it off? Maybe I didn't have to clip it off. Okay, maybe I didn't have to, but I did. Okay, and I just feel like, if I didn't say anything bad, everything I said in there, I don't take it back. So I don't know, man. I'm leaving it up for now. Maybe I'll take it down, but Louis tells me not to take it down. We will go over some of the messages, but I'm going to tell you guys this. I'll leave you a little cliffhanger. Okay? I don't want to expose all the messages because I don't know how unethical that is or whatever. So I won't be doing that, but I'll give you guys a gist of some of the stuff. We'll review the comments. We didn't go at it, but he expressed himself in the comments of the video. So we'll look at that. But I want to say this before I forget. I asked him, okay, this is where we left off, Themba and I. Okay, he hasn't responded, but I sent. Okay, so let me. All right, now I'm getting into this. I'm sorry that we're going back and forth on points here. All right, my bad, boys, but I'm already on this, so I might as well just fucking finish it. Okay. Themba sent me pictures of his fight kits. All right, boys. He sent me pictures of his fight kits before the UFC, and he's kind of saying, I've been doing this before the UFC. I'm not acting, right? I'm not trying to exploit the UFC's cameras to get attention. I did it before this. And I said to him, okay, man, come on the podcast then. Like, speak on it. Like, I get it. Like, but come speak on it. Like, what do you want me to do with that? And he keeps being upset with me, all right? Telling me, like, I got to face God and shit like that. And so long story short, I sent him back a message and I go, Themba, look, okay, everybody knows that you're auctioning off these fight kits, right? And the fact that you did it before the UFC doesn't really prove anything, because what people are really accusing you of is that you are putting these stories out to get more money for the fight kits. Once you collect the money for the fight kits, right, the projects that you promised don't get delivered on, and that's the whole reason why people gave you the money anyway for the fight kit. If you didn't have that, pledge to do whatever you plan to do, you wouldn't have gotten as much money for the fight kit. I told him that. Then I said, also fans from Zimbabwe seem to be celebrating your loss. What's the word? Heavily, right? Against Vicente Luque. Heavily. They were celebrating it. And I said, people are tying that in with the fact that you canceled out the library, right? And with the fact that you're being accused of not delivering on projects after receiving money for fight kits. He hasn't responded to that, but he was going off on me all before that. You know, he wouldn't stop messaging me before that. And then as soon as I sent him those, no response. So it's like, I don't know, man. I'm trying to get you to give the explanation. You know, I'm just getting to the nitty gritty because he just wants to get mad at me and argue with me. And it's like, dude, I don't think you're a bad guy. Just answer the question. Like, just give me the answer and I'll share it with my audience. You know, he didn't fucking answer it. I just checked my DMs. He hasn't responded, you know. But he's telling me he saw the video. It tells him who I am as a person and all that stuff. So whatever, man. I told him I wish him the best. Did Dwayne Johnson buy him a house or was that someone else? No, Dwayne Johnson bought him a house. You know, and I'll say this, you know, I don't want to be rude, right? But it's like, look, like I know me and Themba had a conversation, couple interviews, but over the course of like 3 years or so, we've talked like twice. Like it's not the, you know, it's a relationship, but you know, he acts as if like I have him on speed dial, bro. Like I can't just call him, you know. I could do that for other guys, but I only talked to Themba twice in like 3 years. So he's guilt tripping me. He wants the video down, and I don't know, man. But anyway, we'll get into that a little bit more. We'll review the comments in a little bit. Let me know what you guys think. But this is getting 2.2 million views right now, okay? 2.2 milli. Louis says he's an honorary scammer. Shout out Themba. Yeah, shout out Themba. Louis, he wants a percentage on what people bet on him or win on him. How would that even be set up? Bro, it would never be set up for him. He's just yapping. So Harry Mack goes, very important tidbit here. The FBI notified the UFC of the abnormal action and line movement and gave them hours to pull the fight. They chose to continue and from my perspective are now complicit in fixing a fight. Okay, so here it is. And then you hear about how the UFC is releasing Dulgarian because he lost, right? Not because of the accusations, the allegations. Then he adds, and he goes, update, federal regulators have flagged over 100 UFC fights this year for abnormal betting patterns, including 2 additional fighters on last night's card. Shit is about to get very ugly. Still working to confirm, but it sounds like the feds are moving to audit Herzog's fights. So, Herzog getting audited. We're going to pull up Herzog right now, but Jew goes, you might as well leave it up then, man. He seems like he has his mind made up. He'd be better off addressing it too. Yeah, man, he would be better off addressing it. Here's where we kind of went. Here's where me and him went awry. And I'll keep it a buck. I don't got nothing to hide. Maybe I handled it wrong. Maybe I didn't. You know what I mean? But this is what happened. I told him I would take it down. Okay, we were talking. He kind of basically agreed that he'll come on a later date, but he didn't really give me, he didn't tell me it would be like this week or something. It was like an open, you know, invitation, so to speak. And so I was like, all right, man, like, I'm just going to make the video. I'm going to edit out, right? Because after rewatching it, I was like, okay, I misspoke maybe twice. Because he says the library was all his own money, no fight kit money, right? So a little bit convenient, right? Because everybody be accusing him of the fight kits not being spent properly. And now he's like, well, no, the library was my own money. But I got to believe him. I lost my point. Oh, anyway, wait. Let me think of it again. Oh, after he told me that, as far as the that it was out of his own pocket, right? Out of his own pocket. I said, okay, let me go in my video and I'll edit that part out. Because in the video I did say, I was like, oh, he was relying on other people's money, right? So I was like, okay, let me edit out these parts where I misspoke. But again, I'm not talking shit on him. I'm just, you know, trying to translate some shit. So anyway, I edited that shit out. Then I reposted the video and I told him, I commented back and I was like, the video's back up. And I think it's good for context. When I have you back on, we're going to be discussing everything I spoke on in this video, so I might as well have it on. I might as well have it up on the channel for context because people can go back and watch this and be like, all right, this is what they were talking about in this interview, right? Because obviously we had like 12 or 15 comments back and forth. So it's like we're going to speak on a whole conversation that nobody has any context to. And then, yeah, that wasn't good enough for Themba. Themba got mad. He was like, nah, man, fuck that, and it's all good. But I kept it up. I got to stand on it, I feel like. So that's kind of the whole story there. I took it down briefly, was DMing back and forth with him. Then I was like, hey, man, look, I'm just going to re-edit it and put it back up. Like, it is what it is, man. And he got upset about that. And basically said he ain't coming on anymore to do an interview. So it is what it is. I hit him with, I respect the decision, man. What can I say? Jason Herzog. All right, let's see here. Damn, Herzog. Okay. So Herzog responding to this tweet, he goes, he has proven understand the rules, so it's easy to see when he's been shady. FBI, Jason Herzog is guilty. Herzog responds, brilliant, tags FBI. Then he responds to Harry Mack directly, and he goes, first, the late great Oma, Kimbo Slice, RIP news call-in, now this. I have no clue what this means. What the hell is going on here? Is this the actual Jason Herzog, and would you consider taking legal action against the people accusing you of fight fixing? Probably more fun to just troll them. To be fair to the critics, I'm in a position where decisions you make are scrutinized and some of decisions could have or should have been different. That's fine to a point, but the point you need to arrive at after scrutiny is that's the right call. You have one of the most thankless jobs in the world. I used to think that being a UFC referee was my dream job. Not so sure now. People say it's the best seat in the house. I'd say it's the hottest. So Harry Mack responded. Damn, Harry Mack's up right now. He told me he wasn't going to be awake. The hell's going on? Harry Mack was going to come on the pod. What up, Andrew? What's poppin', brother? Harry Mack goes, LARPing as an MMA ref on Twitter is such a good bit. I can't even be mad. Actually, I can. Save the transphobia loser. LOL. Wow. A guy with long hair must be transsexual. Get some new material, you boomer. Fuck. What the hell is going on with all these fucking... You seem upset, a symptom of the hormones, I hear. So is Harry Mack trans? Oh, Herzog goes, Harry Mack is in mid-transition and seems open to your request. Is Harry Mack trans? What the hell? Who is this dude? Well, bye, Herzog. We won't miss you. I thought Herzog was good, man. To be honest with you, I didn't, I thought he was one of the good ones. Innocent until proven guilty. I'm not sure who Harry Mack is. We'll get him on the podcast, though. We'll get him on the stream. I'm going to just call him. We agreed for tomorrow, so I'll call him tomorrow. And now we got some beef, Perfect. Kobe says he was getting cut anyway, bro. That was his last fight on contract, but don't be confused. But not a good look. Fair enough. I was like, yeah, he could have been cut anyway. Like he could have been. He had a lot of fights in the UFC. He got no name. You know, UFC don't like that either.
Switches to hand on bicep. The top hand is right there for the taking. It gets right on the forehead. And look at this. He doesn't even try to peel it. It's right there for the taking. I mean,
and Michael Chiesa berating the man. So let's just listen to this.
He's not even stretching the body. He doesn't even peel the top hand. I just don't know if he was just surprised that Del Valle stuck the first takedown. Did he think he was just going to punch through the guy? Del Valle just had him lost and had him out of sorts to where, I mean, that's jiu-jitsu 101. If you're on the main card of a UFC, it's one thing if you just kind of get punched into submission, but a lot of like day one mistakes. I mean, you can even hear in the broadcast, like, what is this guy doing? I mean, you peel the top hand. You don't punch behind you. That is the most useless strike you could possibly throw. I'm sitting here on the pre-show hyping you up as a guy who can go into the top 5 and win fights, and it doesn't even look like you could fight somebody in the bottom of the top 500. I got to be honest here, that was a F- performance. It was absolute trash. Switches to hand on.
Absolute trash. I don't know why they hype up guys like Dulgarian so much. Like, I could have told everybody.
Hey, I said don't bet on.
Situation, I could have told everybody that Dulgarian ain't like him. Like, you guys think Dulgarian's gonna be like a champ or something? Like, who looks at him and thinks he's gonna be a champ? You know? No offense. But, like, they were talking up his grappling so much, it's like, why? Like, it's good, I'm sure, but, like, you guys are, like, glazing it. You know? I didn't get the Dulgarian hype. I don't think he's, like, you know, long UFC tenure worthy. But, hey, I don't know. Oh, yeah, Soda Pop exposed Dulgarian a year and a half ago when Dulgarian accused C-Rod of greasing after a loss. Good shit, Soda Pop. Got a little response from him, too, huh? A little clap back. Jew goes, Herzog had a couple BS calls as well. No, I believe it. Almost like every ref has had a BS call. I believe it. But I'm telling you, Dan Miragliotta and his fucking hearing problem need to go. They both need to go. Get up out of here. It was nice knowing you. Why the fuck they cut him if the feds contacted UFC and told them to pull the fight? I mean, come on, bro. UFC covering their ass and letting them take the fall. So what, Voice Reason? You think that, like, the UFC told Dulgarian to lose that fight or something? What is the connection? Why wouldn't the UFC, right, pull that fight if the feds informed him? Unless this dude's full of shit. We're gonna get Harry Mack on tomorrow, so you guys can, you know, let us know in the chat tomorrow if Harry Mack is full of shit. But but yeah, that would be my thing. If the UFC was informed and they didn't pull it, right? What would be, like, what, the UFC's compromised? And then it trickled down to Dulgarian to tell him to take the L? Because I'm thinking if Dulgarian was the one, the fighter who was compromised, right? Meaning the fighter whose info got leaked about the potential fight fix that was about to happen, I don't think that would have anything to do with the UFC, you know? So I don't know what the UFC's angle would be in knowing about the feds, you know, contacting them and telling them to essentially pull the fight and choosing not to. Was he the ref on the Cruz Cejudo fight? Says Louis. No, that was the guy who looks like the guy from King of the Hill, Bobby from King of the Hill. Yeah, Keith Peterson. Kobe says you gotta watch the UFC on mute sometimes. I do. I take out my headphones a lot of the time. Start fresh with refs. Yeah, Jew, let's start fresh with refs and ring girls. Starting 2026, huh, boys? New refs, new ring girls, 2026. You know, some new merchandise for the fans. Kobe saying 2 weeks ago, a ref ended the fight with 3 seconds left. Please pull it up. I lost a lot of money. I betted for the fight to be ended in round 1. Kobe, that's Dan Mergliotta. Please pull that up. Shoot. All right, Kobe, I can try. I don't think I posted about it. Well, I did post about it, but it's a reel, and I'm talking right now, so I can't really play my own reel. But I guess we can play this. Should we play my reel? Let's play my reel. So Kyle Nelson versus Matt Frevola, super controversial fight. Matt Frevola earned a first round TKO stoppage. Referee Dan Mergliotta misspoke. I meant to say Kyle Nelson earned a first round TKO stoppage. Steps in with 3 seconds left in the round and stops it. Okay, as soon as Kyle Nelson gets up off of him, I mean there was 3 seconds left in the round. The bell didn't even ring yet. Kyle Nelson gets up off of Matt Frevola. Frevola stands up, and all of a sudden, the fight isn't stopped. It just gets chalked up to Mergliotta thought that the round was over. He thought the bell blew, and we're just going to correct his mistake in real time without any instant replay, any nothing. His word goes, oh, my bad, didn't mean to, even though I robbed you of 3 seconds left of potentially putting out Frevola. Now, go back and watch the replay. I was saying Frevola was out for like 5 seconds before Mergliotta stepped in to stop it. So I'm calling for Mergliotta to stop it for 5 seconds before he actually does. Okay? Then he stops it with 3 seconds left of punching to go. So that's why I'm saying those 3 seconds, right? If Frevola wasn't out, right, then he had another 3 seconds to put out a severely hurt Matt Frevola. Severely hurt. 3 seconds left to punch a severely hurt Frevola is enough to put him out. So I believe that Kyle Nelson got robbed of a first round knockout, bro. I don't give a fuck if it was a Dan Mergliotta mistake. When you stop it and there's 3 seconds left in the round, you must chalk that up to a finish. So when you stop it and there's 3 seconds left, you already know the deal. Okay, so that was my reaction to the whole Kyle Nelson thing. So yeah, Kobe, I was in agreement with you. Like, what the fuck? He ended the fight? Yeah, he ended the fight, bro. And Frevola was severely hurt, bro. You can't rob him of 3 more seconds of punching, like I said. I be watching the entire YouTube montages of these refs' greatest fuck-ups. Oh, that's good. That's probably a viral-ass video. I should make a video like that, like the top 10 greatest fuck-ups of 2025. Damn, boys, that would be a good video, huh? We could consider it. I lost 500 on that. I don't remember the payout. Yeah, probably because the Mafia had money on the over and Dan Mergliotta fucking was taking some money under the table. Jew, so those 3 seconds would have indeed ended it. I missed that fight. Yes. Yes, it would have. Yes, it would have. Frevola was so badly hurt, bro, and he was already taking punches for like 10 seconds before that. I was running around yelling to my girl, we won, then boom, I hear it's not over. Damn, Kobe, that's brutal. Okay, so let's look at some of these comments between Themba and I, shall we? Shall we look at... Okay, let's react to this video. Let's react to my video of Themba. And you guys tell me, alright, how bad it was. I don't know why I just typed in Perry. So let's react to the video of Themba. He's mad at me. Alright. Let's take a look at the Themba video. Shout out to everybody watching, by the way. Like the stream. Let's get up to 10 likes if possible. Maybe even 12 would be great. We got 12 people watching right now. And subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. But yeah, Themba Gorimbo not happy with me over this video I made. You know, I even made the thumbnail nicer. The original one had like fucking accused of scamming in it. Before we watch the video, here it is, okay? 11 replies. The first one I responded to was this one. So he goes, why don't you reach out to me to ask if you want to know more, like you always have anyways, it's okay. And I said, hey Themba, I want to reach out, but I noticed you deactivated your Instagram. I will try to get in touch with you for what it's worth. I don't think you are a scammer. But still, posting a video like this isn't cool. I deactivated my social 3 months ago for my own personal reasons. Not because I was running from anything. I will go on Tuesday or so. Anyways. I said, I understand where you're coming from. I don't think you're running from anything and will be willing to speak with you to get more info to share with my audience. I'll reach out to you this week when you activate socials again. So he did that. Then he responded again and he goes, hey, please don't be going around to people lying, okay? I did build the library and I demolished it because of my own personal family problems. Please, guys, don't be spreading this nonsense. I really don't appreciate your opinion on this. I paid for that library with my own money. Please, please. I built that library up to the roof level. I did not get funding from anyone. I used my own money. Sorry, man. I really don't appreciate this. But anyways. So here, just to provide context, yes. Okay, Themba's claiming he built the library with his own money and demolished it, just taking a complete L on the whole project. However, people are saying that there have been these well projects that he received money for through the fight kit and he didn't deliver. And essentially, he pocketed the money. I'm not saying it. I'm just telling you what he's being accused of in the public eye. So anyways, I responded and I was like, see, I'll take the video down, Themba. Apologies if there was any false info in here. Because he was saying, like, don't be lying and all this stuff. So I go back and look, and I'm like, bro, I didn't say any fucking lies, bro. Not one. The only thing I said was that he seems basically surprised that he had to spend his own money on the project, so he was probably relying on the fight kit money. That's all I said, and I edited that out. That's literally the worst thing I fucking said. He goes, it was, bro. I live as an emotional and straight person. I speak as I feel, so I think he's responding to me reacting to him crying. And then I said, okay, the video has been taken down. Are you willing to come on the podcast to clear the air? I would be more than willing to have you on this week. I think it would be good to address the narratives being spread online once and for all. Like I said, I don't think you are a scammer and apologize if I came off insensitive in the video. Okay? And Themba starts going off on me soon enough, but he goes, it's okay, bro. I can come on, no problem. So see, he's down to come on until I told him I would put the video back up. So I might have fucked up the money for myself here, but it is what it is. You know, I felt like I had to stand on it, and it is what it is, bro. Anyway, he goes, it's okay, I can come on, no problem. Why would I scam someone? Brother, I work for my money. I know who is behind the narrative. God is good. He will win the battles for me. It's bitter people. You know, make of this shit what you will. It's all public. I said, how can I contact you in the meantime to set up a time to speak? I'm not sure why people are accusing you honestly, but for some reason they are very upset about the library, which is why I think it'll be good to answer some of their concerns and stop them from guessing. Right? Treating the man fairly. And again, I said, how can I contact you in the meantime to set up a time to speak? He goes, they can be upset if they gave me money. Well, I used my own money, so that shouldn't upset them. Also, man, I really don't care what people say. I help when I want to. I have a very complex family problems. I shouldn't talk about it, but this is why I stopped the library. Hey, I just came to say my part on your channel because you are someone I've talked to before. Anyways, all the best. For now, I need to heal my body and mind. I lost the fight. Thanks again. So no confirming on the interview. So then I'm kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe I should just put it back up and edit out my parts. That's where I came to conclusions. That's where I came to the conclusion. After he kind of didn't give me a time for the interview. It's like, bro, come on. So I said, I understand. I will share the info with my audience that you spent your own money on the library and no one else's. Thanks for responding to the video. I will edit out the parts where I misspoke on the situation and make it public again so fans can see your response. I also think it will be good to keep the video up for context when you and I speak in the near future. As for the fight, heal up, brother. It was super close, but I did score it for you in rounds 1 and 2. You look very good on the feet and showed noticeable improvements in your grappling. So then he goes, bro, it's okay. There is man of these videos anyways. People wanted to have something to talk about. I understand if it's content for you too. It makes money for you. However, I cannot let someone I've spoken to speak ill about me. The whole video, bro, you are really trying hard to put me down. Anyways, I am down now. I speak what on my mind always and do what's on my heart daily. Thanks. Do more videos. And I said, it's my job to cover and react to news stories, and this was one of the biggest stories of the week. I don't think I tried to put you down or speak ill about you. I try to speak on the concerns people seem to have about you. Also, yes, this makes money, but the positive content I've made about you in the past also made money. I honestly don't think bad of you at all. He goes, my guy, you telling these stories as if I was telling for anyone to help. I have always done these charity work because I've always done this charity work before UFC where I was selling my fight kit for charity. 2019, I sold my fight kit, paid school fees for 66 kids at my old high school before UFC. 2021, I sold my kit to help a family of a boxer who died in a fight for my UAE Warriors kit. Bro, these kits sell. Hasn't been a thing that I did only when I got to UFC. If my coach mother died, why would I lie about it? You say it was a big story this week just because some random person who has never done anything significant in their life have their opinion on my life? No, because all the big fucking media outlets posted it on their websites. Bloody Elbow, MMA Mania, you know what I mean? Come on now. Maybe MMA Junkie, I'm not sure. I was broke once, just like everyone. Life happens, and you can say whatever you are feeling comfortable about. You say there's no evidence or photo. Where you found the post, there was proof of a built library. So please do your research. Bro, send me the photo then. Send me the photo. Gave me a number to his teacher. And he wants me to ask his teacher what he's done. Again, my thing, here's where I'll conclude this. I don't doubt that Themba has done good things for people, right? But you could do 10 good things for people, right? And on that 11th thing, if you don't deliver and people sent you money and you pocketed it, that's an issue. You know, that's an issue. So yes, you can tell me that that your teacher will confirm you did something to help your high school back in the day, right? With fight kit money. Okay, I believe you. But I just want Themba's response, simple and plain. Just respond to the people who say you pocketed money for a well, right? That's the rumor. You got money for a fight kit. You promised a well. You pocketed the money. Is that true? Is it not true? What's your response? That's really all I got to ask him. You know? Then I want to ask him, why are people in Zimbabwe celebrating his demise when he loses to Vicente Luque? Like, why do you think that is? Like, that's your country. You're representing them on the world stage, right? You would expect them to be more supportive of you. So can you just give me a reason? Why do you think? You know, those are kind of my main questions. But this is the Themba situation. You know, it didn't get crazy views. Maybe it'll get some more views tomorrow. But we're sitting at 136 right now, so nothing crazy. It ain't super viral. It's not at like 100K or anything like that. So that's the situation with Themba. He ain't coming on the podcast anymore. Did I shoot myself in the foot or did I not? I don't know, boys. Should I see if he's responded to me? Yeah, no response. And yeah, I would also ask Themba, like, all right, man, you want to, like, you got any pictures of the library you want to show us? Like, just to prove that it was being built and shit? Like, Tom Berry, hey, shout out to Dr. Umar. I shouted him out in the video too, Dr. Umar. Tom Berry says, it sounds like The Dr. Umar abandoned school project or the abandoned Akon Wakanda City? Yeah. Tom Barry, you're tapped in. So let's watch the video, shall we? Let's watch the video with the context of what I just said. Let's see me reacting to Themba, okay? 10-minute video. Let's just go regular speed. Okay, let me just go into it, all right? There's this narrative out there, and I've spoken on it before, and I think people aren't really getting me. And maybe now it'll make more sense, especially if we got some viewers who have listened for a while now. But Themba Gorimbo, it all started when he made it public that he was living at the gym, MMA Masters in Florida, claiming he was broke. That went viral, reached The Rock through that video where he said he was broke living in the gym. The Rock buys him a house. After The Rock buys him a house, people started to kind of accuse him of using the media, right, to get money, essentially. Gaming the media to get money. Telling these stories and maybe embellishing on them and not telling the full circle of truth to garner. Now, I'm just saying, I don't think this is what Themba's doing, but I think what people believe is that Themba is exploiting his fight kits, right, and promising to do things for other people, you know, charitable donations in order to get money for the fight kits. Because if he doesn't do that, nobody's going to buy the fight kit. You know, nobody's going to buy it. So it's like he has to do these things to get people to buy the fight kit. And so people think that he's not delivering on the promises or help from other people. You know, fast forward, Themba Gorimbo promises to build a solar-powered library in Africa. And again, he wants funding for it, right? So here it is where he goes, after a win in 2024, he goes, I'm going to Zimbabwe to build a solar-powered library in my village so that the children in my village can have the opportunity to study at night. I passed my high school, but growing up, I could have done better if I had more time to study after school. You walk 10 kilometers to school and 10 kilometers back. By the time you get back home, it's dark, so you don't have time to study. But again, this is another example where they're thinking, oh, he's trying to scam. He's telling these stories, and he's trying to get funding for shit. Like, he's trying to get money for shit. And on top of this, I have another story about it where he was talking about how his teammate's mom died, right? Maybe I could pull this up.
All I know is I'm going to win in spectacular fashion for my coach, whose mother just died like 2 hours ago. He's been here with me for 8 weeks. He tells me his mother is sick with cancer. You know, he never told me, like, it was that bad, you know. I just said to him, okay, man, after the fight, we go back to South Africa together. I didn't have a plan to go there, but I was going to go with him to see his mother. And his mother just died like 3 hours, 2 hours ago, man. And I'm going to win for him. Yeah, here's what it is. Because he's...
So people, I don't think he asked for money during this time, but people, you know, they just think that he plays it up or something. Sometimes. Is this offensive? Like, is this offensive by me to be reacting to this? I'm just curious. Share your thoughts, you know. I'll take it either way. It's hard to put these things into words, you feel me? But if you see this and some thoughts are going through your mind about, like, is he acting, is he not? Yeah, that's kind of what a lot of people think. I'm pretty sure he was rich in Zimbabwe, by the way. He claimed to be poor, LOL. So it's like this, right? I guess it's always something, right? Like $7 in his bank account. That was the headline, right? Then he's like, my coach's mother died 3 hours ago. That's like the headline, you know? So it's, I don't know. He just seems to be knowing how to get the I don't know how to fucking say it, bro. I really don't.
All
Is that rude, saying he knows how to get the headlines? Like, I don't know, man. Like, what did I say so bad? He's saying I try to make him look terrible. Like what? Because you know how to get headlines? I don't know. You do know how to get headlines. Tomberry7 says, where are the tears? I'll plead the fifth.
I know is I'm going to win in spectacular fashion.
Let's just watch this one more time, how he kind of like crashes out. You know, I don't know if it's to get pity.
For my coach, whose mother just died like 2 hours ago. He's been here with me for 8 weeks. He tells me his mother is sick with cancer. You know.
I'll say this. He sells off his fight kits, right? To then do things for his country. So does he kind of do these stories to maybe as a way to get more money for the fight kits? I don't know. I'm just asking questions. Now let's fast forward, right? So I honestly think I think I'm hitting the nail on the head low key. Like maybe not in this circumstance, but like come on, man. Why wouldn't you embellish a little bit? You know? He said he pledged to build a library. Again, so when you pledge to build a library, right, and then you're going to auction off your fight kit, do you see where, like, you're going to get more money for the fight kit if you say it's to build a library? Do you understand? I don't know if he's this smart or... But apparently, he spent his own money on the library, didn't auction off the fight kit, okay? But he tried, and he just didn't get enough money for the fight kit. So, you know, does he really get the credit if like he just didn't get enough money for it? Like what? Like you know what I'm saying? Like he's taking credit, right? Saying like, "Oh no, I didn't use money for the fight kit." But literally in his post, which we will see in a second, he says like, you know, I had to use my own money for the out of pocket. I didn't get as much for the fight kit as I expected. So, you know, let's watch it in a second here. But Jugo, some people just don't like it when you speak anything that's not positive toward their image. It's not really offensive. It just seems like he's upset because you're not glazing. Yeah, he definitely wanted the positive only, right? And it's like, again, this is my job, man. Try to like, you know, I know it's about himself, but it's like try to remove yourself from the situation. Try to look at it from, you know, from my perspective a little bit and see that I'm not trying to insult you, but I'm speaking about this to my audience. It's a big news story. And also, like, bro, he gets the content game. I'm talking about how he knows how to create headlines and all this stuff, right? He gets the content game. So play into the content game. Like, I'm speaking about it. You commented back. We're drawing up interest. I'm speaking about it right now, right? There's definitely a buzz for it. Without me even being involved, people want to hear from Themba. Now he's fucking disagreeing with a video I made. Like, come on here. Take advantage of it. Right? Use my platform to get more attention and views for yourself. I don't know. But instead he's getting mad at me for it. And I feel like Themba understands the game more. Like instead of getting mad at me, you know, you're a fighter. Use this to fucking grow your name too. Like, yes, it's controversial, but you got to steer into the controversy sometimes. I mean, I guess I'm doing it right now. Right? I could have just ignored this topic and not brought it up to you guys and been scared that he might hop in the chat or he might get more mad at me. Right? But it's like, this is what you guys want to hear about. I got to deliver. My duty is to the fans. So, I feel like you got to look at things more objectively and remove yourself from the situation and be like, okay, if I do this, if I go and speak to him, right? What'll that do? Will that I don't know the word, but like suppress the appetite of the fans? And I think so. I think the fans are fucking hungry for a Themba interview right now. So give it to him. Give him that interview. Even Ariel will bring up some stuff like this on some of the fighters he sees regularly and considers himself to be friends with. Yeah, Jude, because, like, think about it. The chat will ask Ariel, too, and Ariel's going to be like, oh, yeah, you guys are asking about Themba. I saw the post. Like, yeah, maybe I gave it a little bit more of a breakdown than Ariel would, right? But, again, this is what you guys want to see, you know? And at least I'm not spewing a bunch of bullshit rhetoric. I mean, as we finish off this video, it's like, I honestly feel like I did Themba a service in a way. Like all the accusations Themba has, what's the most damning piece of evidence I presented here? I got nothing. There's nothing to fucking accuse this man. Like, I'm saying he's crying in a video, maybe he's embellishing on his stories. Like, who cares? Like, come on, man. There ain't no documents that he's been pocketing money. Like, I don't know. If that's everything I can dig up on the internet with his scammer allegations, I think he's pretty fucking safe. You know, I don't even think, like, the fact that I didn't pull up that much stuff on him is low-key, you know, maybe I'm spinning here. Maybe I'm spinning a narrative, but low-key, it's like a, you know, I did him a favor. I did him a favor. It's crazy, I'll admit it. Spuns like that shark table shrimp. My sister just had a baby and the baby was born with no legs and the medicine is very expensive. Tom Berry, A. Maybe fighting where there are 50-50 chances that you don't succeed, you find more suitable work. You guys ever heard about the what are they called? I want to get this right. There's men. Now, okay, I'm just going to say it. Gosh, I'm just going to say it. And it is what it is. I'll take the heat, whatever comes my way. But I'm going to say this. To Tonberry's comment, maybe fighting where there are 50-50 chances that you don't succeed, you find more suitable work. To the 50-50 chance you don't succeed. Oh, because you're talking about fighting. All right, never mind. I'm not going to bring it up. I don't want to. I'm going to just say this. In that part of the world where Themba's from, you know, the stuff that he's getting accused of isn't uncommon, okay? There you go. I said it. I fucking said it. Not to say that Themba is that way, but I'm saying, you know, that shit ain't uncommon in the part of the world he comes from. There's a documentary on Netflix about, like, dudes from his part of the world, basically seducing, like, older women in America and getting them, you know, to wire them, like, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars at times. Anyone ever seen that documentary? Anyway, let's just finish this video and we'll end the stream probably. Not. But fast forward, right? They've been asking Magic MMA bets. This is actually low-key, this is probably the best journalist in the game right now. When you talk about MMA Journalist of the Year award, and I'm low-key being a little bit sarcastic because he's not a super big journalist, but like when it comes to breaking fights and shit, dude, this dude is low-key undefeated. He's the one who broke news about Marcus McGee versus Peter Yan. He's the one who broke the news about Shavkat versus Ian Gary last year. Breaks a lot of crazy news. But anyway, we saw Themba Gorimbo. He was making headlines because Themba goes, I've got kids to feed at home, talking about his upcoming fight against Jeremiah Wells. And he goes, my kids are more important than his kids. If I have to kill a man, I will. So Magic Betts quote tweeted it, and he's like, I'm still waiting to see proof of the library he built. He finessed a fucking house from The Rock, only African in the Indian Hall of Fame. Now, I don't know what the last line means. But anyway, he posted this, and then Themba made a statement earlier today about the progress of the library. So Themba says the saddest thing... Oh, and by the way, Themba deleted his Instagram. But he goes, the saddest thing I have to say publicly is I was trying to build a solar-powered library in my village, and the building was already almost finished. My intention was to finish this project on this trip, but due to unforeseen circumstances, I have decided to stop the project and break down the building. Many kids were going to benefit from this project. I feel sad about this decision, but unfortunately it is something that can give me peace because I cannot continue with dealing with what I deal with behind the scenes. My wish in life is always to do what I want with my money without having people telling me why I must do this and for that. I do what I want when I want. I try not to belong to anyone because it creates entitlement that I have to fulfill certain obligations that aren't my responsibility. I just like to do my part where my heart desires. I didn't want to put this publicly, but I have to because I publicly posted about the project, and many of you might be wondering how far it is. Answer is, it was 3/4 done and had spent a ton to get there from my pocket actually because couldn't auction my May fight kit gear. Anyways, next mission is dealing with So he says it right there. He couldn't auction his fight kit gear. So he wanted to, you know. So basically what I said about, him promising that and then planning to auction the fight kit gear. Come on, it's not a bad thing, but yeah, you were planning on using that story to get more money for your fight kit so you could put it toward the library. Strangers and making their days better and life better. And the thing about the short, that YouTube short, this one right here, could this be a ploy to get like a bonus or something like that? That's just a thought, right? Could he be ploying to get a bonus, right? Collecting a little bit of pity, then he gets a bonus. I'm just giving you guys a thought, okay? I'm not accusing the man, but anyway, here he is. Library was 3/4 done. He had to spend a lot of his own money. He didn't have the money. He tore it down. Answer is it was 3/4 done and had to spend a ton to get there from my pocket, actually, because couldn't auction my May fight kit gear. So he was relying on this to get the money for it. So does he try to sensationalize in the media and then garner more attention to get more money for his fight kits? That's the story, Where's the evidence photo? There is no evidence or photo, Tyler. There's nothing. There's nothing. But yeah, Kai Cenat, there's other people who have done this in the past. Like Kai Cenat was promising something. I think his fans made him give an update. If you guys know who I'm talking about, there's this black dude who built like a black school. He's kind of a character. He's that guy who says like black men shouldn't date white women. So I would also tell him, I would ask him. I would ask the question, why couldn't you sell your May fight kit gear? Why couldn't you? I think I said something else too. So does he try to sensationalize in the media and then garner more attention to get more money for his fight kits? That's the story, Where's the evidence photo? There is no evidence or photo. And the photo, right? I'd be like, where's the photo? So Themba got an answer, bro. I don't know what to say. I don't think I needed to take it down. Counted his chickens before they hatched. People are also saying, this isn't what I think, but I'm just going to tell you guys, people are also accusing him of like using this build to launder money or something like that. I don't know. But if you look at Magic Bets, and what up, Maverick? Shout out Maverick saying that Cortes Acosta didn't quit and Tom Aspinall did. This dude tweets like a motherfucker. But yeah, shout out everybody watching right now. Thanks for tapping in late night with me, boys. We'll be going live earlier tomorrow. We'll be going live earlier tomorrow. We're going to look at some comments real quick. Yeah, Prophet J. Israel is sending statements at Themba. So let's see. See, somebody says, 0 chance there was any money laundering. involved in a construction project that never finished. I'm so sure unforeseen circumstances made him need to destroy any traces of said library. Themba didn't build it because ZANU PF wanted to make propaganda stuff with it. I don't know what that means, you know? Who does that? Start a legit GoFundMe. Try dry begging in a press conference. I know, or not. I know, but yeah. He's always been giving con man vibes to me, like many African scammers are known to do. Damn. Yeah, so that's all on Themba. That's all I got. I was looking for some comments, but that's all. That's all, guys. If Waldo was willing to continue after an eye poke, then there's no need to restart the fight since he was TKO'd after the eye poke. He gets to have it both ways. Tom Berry, we're going to have to agree to disagree. But I will be debating this on the Wednesday podcast with my co-host, DJ MTK. So I'll see you there. But I'll also be live tomorrow. Tom Berry, I'm just not really getting your point. Like, what, like, what's the deal? Like, why are you so, honestly, like, why are you so hell bent on the fact that the fight shouldn't have been restarted if Waldo was injured? If Waldo was eye poked, it's his discretion whether or not he wants to continue. No, it was Tom's discretion whether or not he wanted to continue. He's the one who said he didn't want to continue. And I think when you talk about announcing the winner was never announced, bro. You know, the winner was never announced. Louis, that's the political party that took over in 1980. I looked it up. You're talking about the political party that wanted to, like, spread propaganda in Themba's library or something? Africa seems complicated, bro. Maybe we shouldn't speak on it. It's too fucking complicated for us. That's not how it's done. The other guy had no choice. Well, what choice is Delija supposed to have after he eye poked a man? What's Delia's choice? Yes, it was. They stopped it. Got you, Louis. I got you. Thanks for looking that up. Tom Berry. Tom Aspinall called that fight for himself, brother. Yeah, I'll just disagree, Tom Berry. No big deal. No big deal. We agree to disagree on that one. No big deal. What does everybody else think? Tom Berry tripping or what? Shout out to Cortez Acosta. He did what, right before the fight I was like he has the chance to do something hilarious right now. The opportunity to do something fucking hilarious, and he did. Actually, boys, I think I did see a piece of news we can look at real quick. Is Jake Paul versus Tank a thing? Oh no, I guess not. Okay, Louis. All right, Louis. I can reside with that mistake. I could see why that's a mistake. He should have communicated to Delia, sooner. I could totally agree with that. No, okay, I can reside with the point that the referee should have also taken more control of the situation and be like, Delia, the fight is not over. We're reviewing the eye poke right now. But I mean, come on, Delia was standing there. He knew the eye poke was getting reviewed. Come on now. But yeah, give him some closure. I agree. I'll give it to you guys. But I still think, at the end of the day, I still think the right call was made. Delia did get fucked a little bit, but hey, Delia poked him in the eye. Delia landed like 13 strikes. You know what I mean? So that'll be my thing. Like, you get three, and then what do the people be saying too, though, right? Because this is the other thing I'll say. I know Delia thought he won the fight, but Delia was getting to rest and getting to chill for all those minutes, while Cortez Acosta was trying to recover. So, yes, Delia might have had an adrenaline dump, but Delia wasn't the one poked in the eye and trying to recover and get back in the fight. I'll say that. I will say that. So, I don't think it's that good of an excuse, to be honest. Because last week, everybody was on Drew Dober's ass. Everybody's like, oh, Drew Dober was just sitting there relaxing, meditating. And as soon as the fight resumed, he was on him. Well, Delia had the opportunity to do the same thing Drew Dober did. But it's a complicated issue. I recognize that. Once again, shout out to everybody who tuned into the stream. Thanks for sticking with me the whole hour and a half. If we can get one more like to 12 likes, I will be satisfied. I'm sure we'll eventually get it. But yeah, shout out to everybody watching. I'm saying the officiating is completely fucking wacky, bro. What are we doing? It is wacky, Tom Berry, and let's get it. It almost needs a whole revamp, doesn't it? All these situations that have happened in the last few weeks, it's like they need to be hypotheticals that are involved in the rule sets today. Like we need rules, right, in case a referee accidentally stops a fight with 3 seconds left. Who would have thought that you need to put a rule in there like that? But now there needs to be situational stuff like that. Like, if you accidentally stop the fight with 3 seconds, here's what happens. Or else that damn Ergliata shit will keep fucking happening. After review, offsides 10 yards, LOL. It's a slippery slope. Very slippery slope. I agree. Oh, Jake Paul and his team are completely fucking milking this whole Tank Davis domestic violence situation. The fight is still on, bro. I don't know who needs to hear this, but Tank Davis is still fighting Jake Paul, bro. What the fuck are we talking about? Oh shit. Chael Sonnen refuting Harry Mack. Harry Wack, you list no evidence and have no idea who knew what or when. The UFC has obligations and contracts with fighters to put on fights. Your time frame for presenting evidence to the UFC disproves your theory. Let the pros handle it, Harry. Harry goes, it really sucks that the legends of the game are now just paid mouths for the worst people alive. Turns out the bad guy is actually just the dumb guy who knew. Damn. Damn. Big Sean down bad. Big Sean down bad. He lost Janae Aiko. Janae Aiko. His boo thing of 10 years. They're no more. Damn, I wonder why. Let's just scroll champ rounds real quick. Patty says he would absolutely smash Ilias face in. I can see me beating him anywhere the fight goes. Okay. Just clout chasing here. Pure clout chase. Yo, what up, Soda Pop? Soda Pop back. Soda Pop gonna pull an all-nighter. What time you wake up in the morning, homie? What time you wake up, homie? Stream's just about to end, Soda Pop, so you can finally go to bed. I was just scrolling to see if there's any news, and there's not. There's not. Rude Boy Fight Week. We got Randy Brown coming up. Gabriel Bonfim. He's going to avenge the Wonder Boy loss for the streets. It should be good. It should be good. If there's nothing going on tomorrow, we will react to the Rude Boy Fight Week. Yesterday I woke up at 5 a.m., but then I napped all day. Oh, I feel you. So you're on that cycle right now. You gotta sleep for like 16 hours straight and like reset it. But 5 a.m. wake up time is crazy. The whole daylight savings hit, and I think what? Now it gets light earlier. 7-hour nap? Yeah, I've been there. Nothing like a good nap, bro. Daylight savings just hit, and I think I'm going to be waking up earlier now because the sun rises at like 6 a.m., doesn't it? Daylight savings low-key chill for like a month maybe. Low-key chill for like a month, and then it's like depressing, but it is what it is. Yeah, Soda Pop, that's another way to do it. Stay at 40 hours. Crazy work. Shit, maybe I need to pull a 40-hour day. The problem is, though, I smoke too much kush throughout the day that, like, I be falling asleep. But honestly, on days where I don't smoke any kush, like, sometimes it just happens where I run out or something, and I can't go buy it at the clinic because the clinic's closed. And, like, those nights where I don't have any kush, I could pull a 40-hour easy. Easy. I was listening to a Tekashi 6ix9ine interview. I know. You can roast me. But I was like listening to him. I think his like girl was saying how he used to pull all-nighters and edit videos when he was going viral. And I was like, damn, I need to be on that type of timing. Like all-nighters. I'll get there. But you got to be sober to pull an all-nighter grinding, I feel like. That's what I'm getting to. As long as I'm smoking weed, I don't think I could pull an all-nighter. We'll see. I'm debating. I'm debating the weed habits, boys. I'm debating the weed habits. But old habits. Kush, American name for what? Gina, what up, Gina? Yeah, we got some Kush. We're talking Kush. Having nightmares and dreams coming off that pack? Yeah, Tom Barry, you know the deal, bro. Finally, when you do get some shut-eye, it's the wildest shut-eye you ever had, bro. That sober shut-eye. After months of suppressed dreams. Like, I didn't dream last night. I ain't finna dream tonight. As long as I'm baked, I ain't dreaming. Oh, 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. applying for jobs. Yeah, bro. Bro, jobs is one of those things. I used to have to apply for jobs on my days off. Applying for jobs is so taxing, bro. What is it, dope or a stimulant? Too much fucking perspective. Too much perspective, 7. Too much perspective. I already have too much perspective as it is. What is it, dope or a stimulant? It's dope. Gina. Gina, it's dope. It's dope. I'm gonna smoke on that Gina pack tonight. Just kidding, Gina. I can't smoke on you. I love Gina. I'm gonna smoke one for Gina tonight. How about that? But yeah, Gina, that video that I posted, since you're new to the stream right now, for the evening, I know you're always a regular, but you missed it. I was talking about how Themba got mad at me for the video I made about him. Gina, do you think I should take down that video I made of Themba? Go watch it and tell me if I was being, like, harsh or whatnot. There's a bunch of comments between me and him. It's real juicy, Gina. We don't call it Kush here. Weed or dope. Yeah, weed or dope. Soda Pop smoking that Themba pack. I guess that's more like it. Soda Pop. Soda Pop, he was on my bumper, bro. Bro, he's telling me, like, basically telling me I gotta answer to God is crazy work. Crazy fucking work. We need 2 refs in the cage to watch both fighters' eyeballs now. Shit. We need like a referee on instant replay for eye pokes and nut shots. Shit. Cage grabs. Glove grabs. What is the name of that stream? Oh, Gina goes back and watches the full streams. Damn. Okay, Gina. Let me tell you. Allow me to tell you. Gina, it was the one where Gervonta Davis ex-GF accuses him of assault. It's that stream. So go take a look, Gina, whenever you want. But Gina, I also made a clip of it. So if you just want to see the video, it's on the video feed. And it's just a 10-minute video. You can watch it whenever you get a chance. And read the comments, Gina, because me and Themba were talking in the comments. He wasn't too happy. Tom Berry, that reminds me of the time where there was an ice bucket that spilled, and a bunch of the officials were like trying to scoop up the ice, and it took forever. You seen Whiplash? No, I haven't. Body cam would be great, Tom Berry. Damn, I could rock with this soda pop. Oh, he has been accused many times, hasn't he? He's been getting accused of it, yeah. And I don't know if it's he claims it's people who hate him, Gina. He claims it's just like haters out in the world. Like Epstein and so on. I don't know if I would compare Themba to Epstein yet. You know, I'll hold back on that one. But yes, a lot of suspicion with Themba right now. A lot of suspicion. You gotta watch Whiplash and La La Land. I could definitely rock with Whiplash. What's La La Land? Bro, meta glasses, throw those on the referees at this point. Fuck a body cam, Tonberry. Fuck a body cam, bro. Those Ray-Ban metas are insane. I need a pair. I'm gonna get a different pair, though. Music, romantic, comedy, drama, film written and directed by Damien Chazelle. Ooh, I don't know if I could watch this one. Soda Pop, you're a man of taste, man. This seems like a musical. I could rock with this one, though. You guys ever see American Psycho? No, not this one, my bad. I actually need to watch this one. What's that one? What's that one? This one. Who's seen this? Shoot. Who's seen American History X? This is a pretty good movie. They don't make movies like this anymore. Sean Strickland's favorite movie. Gina, I don't know, but they're gonna get it fixed. They're gonna get these eye pokes fixed before UFC 322. Soda Pop says, I was skeptical about La La Land, but when I watched it, it's one of the best movies ever. Okay, alright. Yeah, the first 30 minutes, a lot of singing. That's my only critique of La La Land. I got you, Soda Pop. Maybe I'll try it out. It got to be the right setting, but I'll find a time to put that film on, Soda Pop. I'll find the right time to put that film on. I'm gonna watch the other one first, though. Wasted, you said? What's it called? Whiplash, Whiplash. Oh yeah, Soda Pop, you never seen American History X? Real good, real good. It's tough for me to sit down and watch a movie. This shit's real good. Watch Green Room? Shit, let me see Green Room. Oh, I don't like scaries too much, Tonberry. I'm not a scary movie guy. That's a fun fact. I'm not a scary movie guy. Oh, my bad. My bad. I don't know why I'm still in this little small ass fucking square up here. Yeah, I'm not a scary movie guy. My homie said like Saw came out or something like that. And I was like, dude. He's like trying to explain it to me. I'm like, bro, I'm not fucking watching that shit. Like, you don't even gotta waste your breath. I need to rewatch Training Day. Seen The Departed. The Departed's good shit. That's the one with what's his name, right? Where they have that where they're laughing in the chair. The therapist, Matt Damon. Oh no, I'm thinking about the wrong one. I never seen The Departed. I could see this one. The Usual Suspects and Donnie Darko. Is that the one with the bunny? Yeah. I seen Donnie Darko. It was a good one. It was so complicated. I kind of forgot it. But I was tapped in. I watched this a couple years ago. Maybe like 2. Donnie Darko, a good one. I like those like kind of like creepy, like, you know, make you think movies. Like they don't reveal the meaning to you. You gotta like see it through the lines. I love movies like that. Spit on My Grave 1, 2, and 3. Oh my gosh, Gina. You guys, okay, since we're giving out movie recommendations, I'll give you guys 2 of my favorites. Right here. I'm going to give you guys 2 of my favorites right here, all right? Zodiac Killer #1, Jake Gyllenhaal. All right? Big Jake Gyllenhaal fan. Oh no, this is just Wikipedia of the guy. But nah, Zodiac Killer I like the film. I think it's good. I like Zodiac. And then I also like, tell me if you guys seen this one, all right? This is my favorite one of all time, I think. This might be my favorite movie of all time. I love this movie. I might have watched it like fucking 5 or 6 times. Law Abiding Citizen. Anyone seen it? Damn Soda Pop, a movie a day? My homie's a big movie guy. He watches like movies over and over again. Like I'll come over to his house. He's like, yeah, I'm rewatching this one. I'm like, dude, you already seen it. Why the hell are you rewatching it? You watch different movies every day, Soda Pop, or what? The Departed has like the best case ever. I don't think I've seen The Departed. Departed does have Matt Damon and a therapist. No, I'm talking about this one. This was also a good one. Matt Damon, he's like a genius. With the guy who died. Good Will Hunting. Another good movie right here. Good Will Hunting. The line about the fart. There's a viral line about farting. And they both start laughing. Soda Pop, Jarhead. I do need to watch Jarhead. When I was young as fuck in like middle school, me and my homies rented that, but I fell asleep. Jarhead's that one where he's like a bomb squad specialist, right? Gina, I like that film, but not the ending. Gina, are you talking about Law Abiding Citizen or what? Which one are you talking about, Gina? Is that where he gets himself into jail? Yes, Gina. Yes. That's the one where he gets himself into jail. His daughter gets murdered. The courts don't lock up the murderer for long enough, so he gets himself locked up and takes matters into his own hands. Crazy movie. And that doesn't even spoil anything. That's like the first 10 minutes of the movie. Law Abiding Citizen, my favorite movie. Good Will Hunting, Soda Pop, highly recommend. It's good shit, bro. It's good shit. I really like the movies that like low-key enlighten me, you know? Big fan of enlightening movies. He should have fired the cops. Yeah, Gina. Oh, Fried. Yeah, Law Abiding Citizen is such a good movie. Definitely watch it, Soda Pop. Definitely watch it. Tom Berry also wishes it ended differently. Buyer Seller, what up, Buyer Seller? Listening while playing Arc Raiders? Hell yeah, homie. The Prestige. Let's look at The Prestige. I'll give you guys one more. Okay, The Prestige. I like this guy, whatever his name is. This guy on the right here. Batman. What's his name again? Christian Bale. I like Christian Bale. Let me give you guys one more. What's that one? What is he? The Guardian. The Guardian, because The Prestige reminded me of The Guardian. This is another good one, The Guardian. The Guardian's a good movie. That's my recommendations for the night. Inception. La La Land is life-changing. All right. La La Land. I'm going to watch it. The Professional. Silence of the Lambs. Inception. Red Steel is a cute fight movie. Oh, Real Steel. Real Steel. I got you, Tom Berry. That's newer, right? Warrior. What's Warrior? Ooh, Gina recommending House of Games. Warrior TV series. Okay, alright. La La Land. I'm gonna watch it, Soda Pop. Maybe I could watch it this week. We'll see. What's it on? Netflix or anything? Any recommendation where I can watch it? House of Games. American neo-noir film about con men and confidence scams. Ooh. Damn, Gina. This is a good one. I'm not even going to hold you, Gina. This is a good one right here. I like shit like this. Alright, Gina. Call me crazy, but I'm not a Fight Club guy. I think it's heavily overrated. The reveal was very obvious. Call me crazy, Soda Pop, but I never watched Fight Club. And I feel like I tried to watch it, and I was like, I only could watch it for like 10 minutes. And I turned that shit off. Oh, Warrior. Let me see. Wait, is it? Yeah. This is a good one. You're right. There was a boxing one too, wasn't there? Since we're speaking of this one, Night at the Roxbury starring Will Ferrell, my all-time fave. Damn, we're getting all these movie choices tonight. Okay, hold up. I'm gonna hold that one off real quick, the Night at the Roxbury, but I'm gonna pull it up. I want to pull up. Oh, what's his name? What's the fucking dude, bro? Who's the guy from Ted? Tell me the guy from Ted, boys. The Wrestler. I have seen The Wrestler. Great movie. Guys, tell me the guy from Ted. Great movie right here. Anyone know the guy from Ted? I'll just pull it up. Mark Wahlberg. Well, first off, Ted's a great movie, but Wahlberg boxing movie. The Fighter. It's a pretty good movie. I'm not gonna lie, I was captivated by The Fighter back in the day. Christian Bale too. I just told you guys, big Christian Bale fan. The Fighter. Good movie. Marky Mark. But yeah, honestly, I could watch The Wrestler again. Let's read the little description of The Wrestler. Rourke plays an aging professional wrestler who, despite his failing health and wanting fame, continues to wrestle due to financial hardship, and in an attempt to cling to the success of his 1980s heyday, he also tries to mend his relationship with his estranged daughter and to find romance with a woman who works as a stripper. Wahlberg in Departed. I'm gonna watch Departed. That's been on my watch list for a minute. Let me look up Fuck Your Feelings' recommendation. Night at the Roxbury. I'm a big Will Ferrell fan too. Too bad they don't make actors like back in the day, you know? Will Ferrell, Jim Carrey, Mark Wahlberg. Okay. Oh, it's in relation to Saturday Night Live. Got you. Got you. Sin City. Soda Pop. I recommend watching The Fighter. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Daddy's Home. I saw that one. Back in the day, I watched Daddy's Home because that hot-ass model was in it. You know what I'm talking about, Soda Pop? I forget her name, but she was like a Victoria's Secret model. That's the only reason why I watched it back in the day. Sin City. Okay. You know, this might not be up my alley, I'll admit. But I'll give you a couple more. Daredevil. Come on now. Daredevil the movie. I'm talking about with that one actor. You know what I'm talking about. I'm going to go rapid fire on movies for you boys real quick. Daredevil film. Right. The Daredevil with Ben Affleck. That's the one to watch. Daredevil. Then you got The Accountant. Great movie, right? I'm going to go rapid fire real quick. You got The Accountant with Ben Affleck, right? We're going Ben Affleck. You got The Town, okay? The Town. These are great movies. I'm spitting out right now. So, those are some good ones. Oh, and I was going to say, one last one for my recommendation, rapid fire. Will Smith, superhero movie. Hancock. Come on. Who's seen Hancock? I'm rapid firing some solid movies right now. Serious movies can only watch once. Yeah, because I think it's like that mystery aspect. Once you get that solved mystery, you just know that it's all leading up to that. Comedies, though, the jokes are always funny. I feel you. The Punisher with Thomas Jane. Punisher's good. Other Guys is another great Marky Mark and Farrell movie. That's true. And a little bit more modern, too. Not an oldie. Bro, I've seen Daddy's Home like 4 times. I can always rewatch comedies multiple times. Can't do it for serious movies. Hey, you know, you guys ever watch Big Daddy? Man, okay. gotta be one of my top Adam Sandler movies. Big Daddy. Who's seen it? Who's seen Big Daddy? You got Cole and Dylan Sprouse from Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. Mr. 420. What a Mr. 420. It's about to be 420 for me. I'm about to smoke a little bit of kush once I get off stream. Dead Man's Shoes. (2004) film. British psychological thriller revenge tragedy film directed by Shane Meadows. Richard returns to his hometown of Matlock, Despershire, after serving in the British Army. Richard vows to take revenge on a group of drug dealers who horrifically abused his younger, mentally impaired brother Anthony. Richard antagonizes Herbie, one of the abusers, who does not recognize him at first. Okay, alright. Interesting. I like that. That's a good plot. That's a good plot. I like that plot. Dead Man's Shoes is kind of a 420. I don't know how long you've been watching, but Dead Man's Shoes is similar to Law Abiding Citizen. Similar storyline. So if you like Dead Man's Shoes, Law Abiding Citizen, highly recommend, brother. All right, boys. This turned into a movie stream. I love it. That was amazing. But we will tap out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Really sad, really good English film, bro. For sure, 420. I could watch that. This stream is gonna. I'm gonna go back in the live chat and like fucking make a whole list of movies in the morning. But we got like at least 100 recommendations. But all right, guys. Thanks for tapping in once again for like the 5th time. Like the video. If we can get 15 likes, thank you very much. And subscribe if you haven't already. All right. We're at 12 likes right now, so all we need is 3 more. But yeah, shout out to 420. I haven't seen 420 in the chat. So subscribe, brother. And then, yeah, everybody else, thanks for tapping in. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later, 420. I'll see you. Hey, 420, I'll see you tomorrow. We're live every day, brother. Live every day, okay? All right, peace out, guys.